My name is Gail. I apologize for the hat today. It's Wednesday, June 19th for state employees, and for other people, of course, it's Juneteenth, which is a state holiday if you're lucky enough to work for the state. One of the few perks left working for the state. No, it's a good paycheck. Anyway, it's a state holiday. I'm home. My husband does not have the holiday off, so he's at work. He's not underfoot. And it's on a Wednesday, so I don't have to worry about getting up and going to an estate sale or going and buying chicken food or going to the Walmart, which is everyone's thrill in life, is go to Walmart. And so I got a couple of projects to get done around here. One of them is doing this haul. This is going to be from last Friday. I went to 2 thrift stores and an antique mall. And then Saturday morning, we had a local estate sale not far from here, a little over 10 minutes away. And this is the culmination of what I got. It's not a big haul, but we're going to show you. A couple of things will be for sale. And then we'll do an update on some projects that I got going on. So the first thrift store was a Restore. Dothan sadly has a couple of Goodwills, but no Salvation Armies. It has like 3 thrift stores called the Ark, which I've been to one a couple of times. And it has 2 Restore thrift stores, and I like both of them. Some days are better than others, of course, that's on every trip, but I like both of them. Anyway, the first one I went in, one of the Restores, it's a candle holder. And it does say glass and brass square candle holder, $8. I don't know if this was in somebody's booth somewhere and they couldn't sell it. Anyway, it was in this thrift store. There was one that was taller, but its feet, something was wrong. It was a little hinky on its feet because it was wobbly. And then there was a triangle one. And I want to say there was another one. I'm not quite sure what it looked like, but I picked this one up. It's $3. It does fit a small pillar candle. And I have one of those battery operated ones, so that's probably what's going to go in there. It needs to be clean. The glass is really dirty. But I like the look of it. It kind of gives you a modern feel, but not so much. It'll fit in with something I've got around here. Don't know quite yet where I want to put it. That was the first thing I picked up. And then these, I thought I knew what these were. When I saw them, they were in a box. They were not marked or they were not priced. When I got to the register, I think she charged me $1 a piece. This one I'm pretty sure is a baby spoon, a silver baby spoon. Just because of the long handle and the small mouth. It is tarnished. Like I said, it's tarnished. Looks like tarnished silver. Pretty sure that's what that one is. I thought these were baby spoons in some form. I'd never seen one before. Quick fun fact. This was on a Friday. That Saturday morning, we went to that estate sale. In one of those bedrooms, there was a closet. There was a white box. I lifted the lid. It was a whole silverware set. A silver or silver plate silverware set. And it had a bunch of these in it. And I thought, well, surely they don't have that many baby spoons. And how crazy is this? I've never seen one of these spoons before, and all of a sudden I buy one or buy 2 on Friday, and I come in here and I find way more. So I'm thinking maybe they're like a sherbet spoon or a coffee spoon. I don't know, you can tell me. But I thought they were baby spoons. You can see how short they are. And you can see the mouthpiece is a little bit bigger than this baby spoon. But again, I thought it was a baby spoon. And then this one is the same length, or about the same length. You see it's small. And then this little detail on the top. And I just thought, these are, wow, these are baby spoons. All 3 baby spoons. Like I said, she charged me $1 a piece. But then I saw like 6 or 7 of these in a silverware set. So I'm thinking maybe they have another purpose besides that. You can tell me. We ain't bougie enough around here to have that kind of silverware. So I got this little, of course, another thing that I've been getting into, linens, lamps, and picture frames. That ought to be the theme of my life here lately. It's just become an obsession to find. This one is a little brassy for me. You can see it's just a little bit too yellow. So I'm gonna put some antique wax on this and I'm not gonna do a picture. I don't think I'm gonna do a picture on it. I have a print that I'm thinking about putting in it. It was $1. And you can tell it's not really old. You could feel that it's not really that old or, that much. But I ordered some prints on Amazon. I ordered it for a specific print, and I haven't even used that print yet. There were some 8x10s, and I'll get around to showing you one of those in a minute. And they had some 5x7s, and then they had these 4x6s. Now, this is what I actually bought the whole thing for. I like that one, but I haven't been able to figure out how the heck to put it in or include it anywhere. Now, I kind of like it in this frame, but not as much as I like another picture that I want to use in it. This is the picture I want to use in it. There was a whole set of these prints. I actually have one here. In this little brass frame. I'll get it in a minute. This is the 5x7, of course. So it's right here. A little color with this blue croc. I like it right there. So this frame is probably going to have just a print in it, not just, you know, an old picture in it. But yeah, there's a bunch of 4x6s, 5x7s, and a few 8x10s that came off Amazon. I think they were $13 maybe for the whole package. Let me see. Now, let's see. One more thing from that thrift store. I have a set of chicken napkin ring holders. These are really pretty. They're not chickens, but they are birds. And I'm not quite sure if they're cardinals or I don't know what they are. I don't know if this is meant for Christmas. You can see the little detail there. It looks like berries and or fruit and leaves on the I guess on the barrel of it here. And then the little bird. They are pretty to me, and they are bone china, according to their little sticker. If I can get it right in a minute. Bone china, Taiwan. It is made in Japan, but it is made in Taiwan. I don't know if I can get it there. Anyway, there's a set of 4, and these will be for sale. I checked their tails, their feathers, their little beaks. They're all in working order. But those are pretty. I almost didn't get them, but I did go back and get them at the end. And I think that was that from that restore. So I went to another restore, and I got a t-shirt. It was a Mickey Mouse t-shirt. And it came straight from Disneyland. And I know that because the tags were still on it. It was in the men's section t-shirt with Mickey Mouse on the front. And it's one of those that has the cuffs, the color. It was a tan shirt with Mickey Mouse. It was like a burgundy cuff around the neckline and the sleeves. It was $5. Whoever bought it brand new for $25 from Disney World. So $5 for that shirt, which I was wearing earlier. It's in the dirty clothes now. You don't want to see it. And then this. I have been looking for some decent and decently priced fake fruit. The last video or video before that, somewhere I showed you some strawberries that I found. They're really good strawberries, but I've been looking for apples, and whole bag for $5. And it has 1 pear in it. And I have a few pears I put up for fall. I bought those at Hobby Lobby years ago. And this one has the fake twig on it, but it's a really good looking pear. And then it's got a couple of little green apples. And you can tell these are all from different sets because this one is not really quality. This one's a little heavier. But that's it. The rest of it is apples, red apples. And this one, again, has the twig on it. It is dusty on the top. But look how realistic these look. There's one that looks kind of like a gala apple. And it's from a different set, I'm sure. And then these are a little bit not as well put together, I think. They are really, really light, styrofoam-like apples. They're not as heavy as the nice ones. So anyway, we got enough fruit. We'll put those in something. And the pear will go up for fall. $5. I didn't want to pay a lot of money for fake fruit. So that was the thrift stores. Antique Mall, I bought 2 things, and it's neither of them to keep. There is a booth there. It's upstairs. It's called what I call the Fur People. Fur is Felines Under Rescue. It is an organization there that raises money to help spay and neuter cats, and I believe dogs, maybe, for people who can't afford it or for feral cats. They do help dogs. They've always had signs up telling you about their organization, but now they've included stories of rescued dogs that were mistreated or malnourished, injured, that they've helped along the way and made sure they got to good homes. So their organization has about 3 booths up there, and it's always half off. They're always 50% off of what they're selling, and I think it's total donations from people. Some of that stuff is really nice, and they do have nice prices on it. They have some McCoy stuff up there. They did have some Crockware that I saw. It was like $80, and I just wasn't willing to part with 40 at that time. So I did find this. Didn't find anything really for me there besides the Crockware, but I did find this. It is a Jack in the Pulpit base. It is a small one. I've sold one of these before, but it was much taller, and it was yellow and green. This one actually sets a little crooked to me. It leans, but I like the colors. Is that mauve or mauve? And then the blue, the electric blue. I really like those colors together. But this will be for sale. I did buy that out of one of their booths. And it's a pretty little vase, but it's going to be for sale. This is from someone else's booth who had a few antiques or a few vintage items, but they had a lot of like homemade stuff. And they made this bag, this size bag, but they also made bigger like bank bags. Peace, Love, and Bulldogs. So this is going to be a part of, we're trying to get right in our mind about doing a giveaway. And this is going to be part of that. So it's, you can put makeup in this. You could put your jewelry in this if you were traveling, or makeup if you were just going for a day or something, or if you're going to go for the bank, if you do a business where you have money, you can put your little money in there and take it to the bank that way. Excuse me. But I like that one. Peace, Love, and Bulldogs. So that's going to be in the giveaway. Now, that was all the antique and thrift stores. Saturday, we had to go to this estate sale. We didn't have to. I really wanted to. It was about 10 or so minutes, 10 to 15 minutes away from us. Anyway, she stayed with us. They had in the garage, they had 2 tables set up with all the kitchen stuff that came out of the house. And nothing was priced. Bigger items like furniture was priced. One of the things that I got, I'm going to show you, was priced. But nothing else was priced. You had to ask. And I don't do this well. When people say, well, you just tell me what you'd want to pay for it. I don't do that. I don't like doing that. You tell me what you want for it, and either I'm going to take it or I'm going to leave it. I mean, it's just that simple of a transaction with me. So she went around with us, and this was going to be her family home, and I'm sorry if I'm juggling you a little bit. This is going to be her family home, so I didn't really feel like filming in there. I probably could have asked her if it was okay. I just didn't feel like doing that, so... And we were in a hurry because we had a family function with my husband's family. So kind of in a hurry to get in and out. I didn't do my usual 2 or 3 laps like I usually do. Excuse me. My sinuses are killing me. The first thing that I did pick up, my husband, bless his heart, carried around for me. Only thing that was priced was this. I have been looking for a vintage lamp to go on my cabinet over there, but this is not the style that I was looking for. But I saw it, and I guess it's more of an impulse. I just liked it, and I'm like, it might be the only thing I get today. So this is what it looks like, and it is an old lamp. I'm not sure if these are original. Probably going to replace them because they do look a little cruddy. But it does work. We have plugged it in. It does work. And I don't know if this is supposed to be like brass or copper looking. Not sure. It needs to be cleaned. I haven't cleaned any of it. But this was $15. This was the only thing that was priced. So, like I said, she went around with us. There were 2 bedrooms and a Jack and Jill bath upstairs. There was a couple of bags that were interesting looking. I didn't open up all of them, but I opened up this one. And I asked her how much, and she said $5. So, this is a big old blanket. It's not big enough for a bed. So, I think what we're going to do is put this on the back of the couch. And it does have its damaged spots. There's one here. But like I said, you know, we'll wash it, fold it up, and put it on the back of the couch. It is really, really heavy. Ugh. And it's big. So this was $5. Now, more linens. And it's just become a thing with me. Linens, lamps, picture frames. It's an obsession. Doilies used to be, I think I've got enough of those. Believe me, I still look at them when I go places, and I have to stop myself. But anyway, linens. These were on top of, there was a bunch of them, just pillowcases. And this was the one that I liked the lace on the best. And I tried to pick out the best pillowcases, the ones that didn't have holes or anything. This one, the lace does have a spot or two. Just this one pillow. I think the other one's fine. This one does have a hole here and here. But other than that, it's in great condition. And this is that vintage linen, cotton linen pillowcase stuff. And here's the other one. It's in great shape. They're not stained up. They don't have a bunch of holes in them. So that and these, she sold me together. When I took these out of the bag, I knew exactly that I wanted them because I had been looking for something sort of like this. Now I have those on my bed. I showed a few videos ago that I got at a Goodwill, the quilted cream colored ones. Those are probably going to go on our guest room bed. These, look at that. This says 100% cotton. And I always have trouble finding the freaking label. One of them's got a label, I promise. I believe it's a Kiko brand or something like that. There's the other one. And there's the tag. Handmade lace and embroidery, 100% cotton. Hand wash, cool water. Do not bleach. Line dry. Made in China. But you can see, I don't know. Maybe you can't see. Kiko. K-E-E-C-O. But that's the, so these are not handmade, homemade, but they are really nice. And they are pristine white, so they're not that cream color that I have in there. So she sold me both sets of these pillowcases for $5. So $5 for the big blanket, and then $5 for the pillowcases together. And $15 for the lamp, that was $25. So we went outside. Like I said, she had 2 tables in the garage where all the kitchen stuff was. She did have a whole set of china, and she said it was $250. And then there were some whole pieces, vases and planters. They don't sell well for me, and I'm not that big a fan of whole, but they were, I think, $20 a piece. And then on the other table, she had other knickknacks, silverware, clear glass. She had a whole set of Pyrex, the Verde colors, mixing bowls for 4 to 401. I have that set. It's just the Verde green, a graduated color of the green. She had some Fire King casseroles, and I wasn't really interested in any of that. So probably should have asked about the Pyrex just to see what she had on it. I mean, I could have sold it, I guess, but that's a witch to ship, all those big bowls. But there were 2 things I picked up. And there was a guy sitting out there, and I'm like, can you give me a price? Because like I said, nothing was priced. I said, can you give me a price on this? He said, no, you got to ask her. But those are sterling silver, and they will polish right up. And I said, they're beautiful just the way they are. I've gotten into this etched glass look. Don't ask me why. I think I know why. It's nostalgia. I think people you buy something because it makes you feel good, because it brings back a happy memory at some point in your life. You know, for me, just losing my mother, there's always where I look back on family get-togethers. And my mother used to, when we were growing up, she used to do Christmas Eve party where all the aunts and uncles would come over, and there was always food and homemade eggnog, and everybody, you know, that members of those families would do presents. And this is probably something that, you know, would have been in the family at some point. And that etched glass look just carries me back to a time, I guess. So I've kind of fallen in love with it. Some etched glass, not all. But these I thought were really just cute. You can see that etched pattern there. And they are sterling silver. It says so on the bottom. Sterling by Frank White, maybe, and Company, $8.99. There's the other one. There's a couple of dents on this one, but just fine. They're going to be probably to sit up and look at. Glass. So when she came out, I'm like, how much? She said $1. I think that was the best thing out of the whole thing, besides the crochet pillowcases. And then in the silverware, I think they just took the drawers out of the cabinets for the silverware and just set them on the table. I didn't see much silver or silver plate, but I saw this. And I have a few of these already. I think these are called tomato servers. They're not really deep, as you can see. so you can't really grab a whole lot of peas with them, but not a lot of detail on the handle. And it's not the prettiest cut here that I've ever seen, but I thought it's silverware, and I already have a couple of them, so why not add to the collection? And it was $1. So let me show you the other ones. These are the other ones, and I bought these Antique Mall. Is it antique or thrift? I think one of them was an antique. Maybe one of them was thrift or estate. I don't remember. I really don't remember. But this, I believe, is the same thing, a tomato server. You can see these are a little bit more ornate. So this is the newest member of the family, of the tomato server family. And I don't even eat tomatoes, so yeah. But anyway, $1. Now, I have got myself into some projects, and we're going to give you an update on some of them. That rooster that I bought, I kept saying I want to make it look like copper. Well, I bought this little duck from Salvation Army, I think for 50 cents, because if you're wanting to do a paint on something and you really like that something and you're not sure if that paint's going to work out well, get yourself a small, inexpensive test project piece. And that's what this was. Excuse me. I have watched a couple of tutorials on coppering something. And this was white with a yellow beak. And I like it. I don't hate this. I'm not going to throw it away. It's just not as coppery as I want it to be. We painted this black, or I painted this black, and put a little copper, dry brush copper over it. And then I put a little bit of the green celery paint in with some clear wax and wiped it over it and wiped it off so it's in the creases. Because you want it to look like aged copper. Of course, that greens a little bit over time. Like I said, I don't hate it, but I do want that rooster to be just a little more coppery than that. So this is what I used, black ink from Waverly. And of course, these are like less than a couple of bucks, I think, at Walmart. And then this came from Hobby Lobby. I bought two different copper paints and then a copper rub and buff. But this is what I used on that piece. And it was $1.89. But it is called Worn Penny. And you can see the color there. And then I used just a little bit of the celery green in with clear wax. Again, Waverly, again, Walmart. So, and this is what I got for my troubles. I don't know if I can get it up there close enough for you to see a little bit of that copper. It just looks dark. But anyway, I like it. But I want that rooster to be a little bit more. So, this piece I bought at a Goodwill. It's a picture frame, of course. This color was all over. I didn't like it. It was only $2.99. So I had an idea of bringing this home and painting it brown, sealing it, and then painting it white, and then rubbing off some of the white so you could see a little bit of the brown underneath. Problem is, right now, we are a day or two away from officially being in the summer, but it already feels like Satan's armpit. Hot and sweaty. So going outside, I can paint it inside, but spray sealing it, because that's the only kind of sealer I have is spray paint sealer. Going outside, as humid as it is, and spray painting anything is not a good idea. So I didn't do it. And it was raining last weekend, and I kind of got a little bit impatient. It happens. So I said, I'm going to do a different thing with this. So I painted it black. Again, the ink black from Waverly, Walmart. And I dry brushed around the edges some, what is this called? Antique Gold Rub and Buff. I just took a dry brush and put it around the edges. And then I covered it all in antique wax. Again, Waverly Antique Wax. So, and this is what we have now. This is another print, the print that I just showed you in that little frame that I want to use. This is an 8x10 print that came in that same package. And I think this is going to be put up until fall. But you can see that antique wax kind of dulled down. There's a phone, and I'm not going to answer it. Most people call our house phone, or not. Everybody else that we know, actually know people, call us on our cell phones, not our house phone. So don't worry about it. Yeah, if you ever get my phone number, don't call my house because I'm not going to answer. Anyway, I think the antique wax kind of dulled down the black and kind of smudged in the rub and buff a little bit. So that's what it looks like now, and this is one of those prints. And like I said, I'm probably going to put this away until fall because those are really fall colors. But I did take a picture of it hanging in the bathroom where it'll be. So we will put that in there and show you exactly where it's going to probably hang come fall time. Which right now, we're all looking forward to fall already, and we're not even quite into summer. Or we are. I don't know about everybody else. But those are two of the projects that I've been working on, and all the paint that goes with them. We have another estate sale coming up Friday. Well, it starts Thursday and Friday. And it's a small one. They do have antiques in it. We'll see what's left on Friday when I go. I don't think a whole lot of the crockware and all will be there. I think a lot of the people with antique booths. This company is really good about pricing it where they get their money, but also leave a little bit of what they call meat on the bone for the resellers to buy and hope to make a little money off of. And so if you have a booth and you want to sell Crocs, that's great. I don't know that I want to ship them in eBay, so that's why I don't buy them for there, but I do buy them for myself. So we'll see what's left, and hopefully I'll get some footage there for you for that one. So thank you for watching us. I hope you liked what you saw. If you did, please subscribe, leave us a comment. We love to read them. And hopefully next week we'll have a successful antique, or excuse me, estate sale haul. Maybe, fingers crossed. But thanks for coming back, and have a great rest of your week.